What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 4th episode of the Halo Reach playthrough, played through by a game designer. We're talking about some of the level design and narrative design that goes into this game, and we're going to hop right into it. This is the 4th episode. If you haven't seen the other episodes, I highly recommend you go back and watch them. I'll put a link right here. If you remember, last time we ended with the story sort of going into the belly of the beast. You know, we've reached the critical point where we've seen that there's an invasion of Reach. And now we're going to see how the team responds to that. So we open on a cutscene which really emphasizes that this is a war.
Last night was not an anomaly. Large Covenant deployments have occurred undetected, and we are now under attack across the Vieri territory, including orbital defenses. As per the winter contingency, we are countering on every front. Noble's reconnaissance has also identified sophisticated Covenant army hiding canopies, and has pinpointed what's believed to be a landing zone for additional Covenant forces, the origin of which is yet to be determined.
So sort of a lengthy cutscene here, but really showing off the size and scale of this war.
That landing zone has been tagged by UNSC Command as a priority 1 target. That charge link is loud and clear.
Copy that. Acquiring signal lock on the pylon. Detonating in 3, 2.
Incoming!
Might want to hold on to something.
So that cutscene is going to allow them to do a load in the engine here. So that's a really clever way of getting out of the in-game cutscene into a different one.
6! Can you hear me? 6, you alright? I could use some help.
On my way.
So now notice we have an uphill scene right away. Before we were introduced to things, they were coming downhill, things of that nature when we were first in the intro levels. Now that we have a firm grasp on the mechanics, things are uphill and it's starting to become more challenging. I say as the AI stands there.
Be advised, Pony has ID'd 2 hostile anti-aircraft guns southwest of your location.
Copy, Commander. New target 6. Go shut down those AA guns.
So notice, as soon as we get a southwest, I talked about this a little bit last episode. As soon as we get a southwest, we also get a navigation point. We don't want the players to be confused at all. So if we ever have a instruction that we feel might be a little bit unclear, we give them a secondary mean of understanding, secondary way of understanding that instruction.
6. AA gun should be in visual range.
Dueling before to Noble 1, those guns are pounding us with high-velocity plasma shells.
Which would mean a strike by the frigate Grafton is also out of the question.
Noble 6, all our birds are stuck out of range unless you can do something about those guns.
That dude shoot that thing. Well done, dude.
Now.
So notice even in the even in the battle areas, we have very distinct boundaries. Large scaling walls, big open cliffs that we can fall off of.
Control 2 Lima 4, permission to commence bombing run. Heading 224.6, over.
Well, that wasn't very nice of them.
UNSC air support. Skies are clear.
Copy 2 Lima 4, bombing run. Heading 224.6, permission granted, out.
Our Marine's gone. Maybe I should get on our.
Six, take that south road and see if you can get a better look at those spies. I'll be on comms.
Take the south road. So we're gonna go this way in our Warthog. Can't really do much while you're hiding behind a rock. Well, there we go. Got the AI stuck out of the loop there. I don't really know what that was about. Okay, I don't know what this chick's doing. I'm gonna drive.
Position 6. Keep moving toward those spies.
Come on. Get in. So nice little loop back here, and what this is gonna do. Actually, I'll talk about this after we get rid of the Wraith. Maybe. Or not. Nice job shooting it there, cat. So now that cat may potentially shoot this thing, let's keep running around it. Uh-oh. Now let's hop on this Wraith. Oh yeah, we got a Wraith. Now I get to shoot and drive at the same time. and apparently get an achievement. So that's fun. So what I was talking about here, about the loop around right here, is we'll go around this edge, and they'll use occlusion culling to completely unload almost every part of that level after we go around this edge. They don't have to render anything besides this wall going forward.
Slow down, drive right.
Drive right. I don't think Grace were meant to go over that. But I'll try harder next time, Cat. And that's why you actually see this ledge here. Now that there's no way for us to see that stuff again, it's completely unloaded. And notice the vehicle spawns just as an extra little, if you get stuck, type thing. And notice the loading done. That's the change of a scene.
6, there's a mining facility near your location. Covenant are using it as a command outpost. Troopers on site have already engaged.
And so we're looking at this wall here. This wall is completely covering the rest of it, so we can't look back and see that there's nobody there. Time to go. Weapon spawns for ammo.
New intelligence. Friendly forces near the Covenant outpost have sighted a high-value target. An elite zealot, in fact.
A zealot? We're onto something big, Commander.
Eyes on the prize, Noble. Take out that zealot if you get the chance, but keep moving toward the spires.
Alright, so we found out a little bit of lore there about the Zealot class elite, and that ties into the story. So it's a narrative design choice stating that we're about to come to something bigger in this story. We're about to be at a crossroads of what we know the story is, which is the Covenant are invading. And then we're going to get our sub-story, which is what our team's focusing on within this war. Nice headshots, I know. Thank you.
Repositioning.
Boom. Yeah. So that's our... Let me deal with these guys first. Alright, so now we're going to explore further into this base. And again, I want you to notice the drop down that's going to allow them to unload everything behind us. So you get this weapon spawn up there, and we have this drop down that we can't, no matter what, go backwards and get out of. And once we drop down and get to a safe spot, it'll load the next bit and unload everything behind us. And once again, notice that on the driving stages we have these huge walls over the edge, and more often than not they are arching over and creating a sense of security that the player needs. And the big cliffs allow them to do some clever loading things, which allows them to have higher polygon counts in new scenes that are coming up. Again, drop down that we can't find a way back up, and we load in further and unload things behind. More often than not, that's why there's a checkpoint at those situations. And this looks familiar from a firefight map. So you'll notice that there's lots of elements of fortification here. That was dumb of me.
I need that AA gun offline now.
So we notice again the audio cues. In case you get confused on the mission, they really want you to know what you're doing at all times. So sometimes we'll have a verbal cue, sometimes we'll have a auditory one, sometimes we'll have a visual one. It really depends what they're trying to signify when you are progressing through the story. So we'll get up to this thing here. I don't know why I walked all the way around the backside. Is this a firefight map? Yeah, I'm confusing it with the one from the first level. I have no ammo on either weapon. One moment. Did I not kill the hunter?
Stay at mid-range and don't stop firing.
There you go. Now I killed the hunter.
Taking round.
Now let's clear out of this before they bomb it.
Enemy troops from above.
Boom.
Well done, Six. Oni needs up-close recon on those spires. We're gonna fly you the rest of the way.
George has a Falcon inbound to your position, Lieutenant. Highlighting the LZ now. Commander, I'm going to set up a forward observation post here.
Copy that. I'm waiting on new intel. See what you can see. Carter out.
Need a lift, Spartan. Spotted some nasty business in the canyon on the way down.
I'll call out targets as we go.
Alright, so a little bit different of a vehicle mission here. But the same principles apply. Same high ledge situation with obvious objectives, and these ledges are going to let you unload things. Have higher poly models. That's going to let you have more engaging scenes. When you do come out into the open areas. And as I just finished explaining, loading scene done. That's what those high ledge canyons are going to allow you to do.
There's the spire.
Solid copy. Dot.
Latest intel suggests these spires may be projecting electromagnetic cloaking shields.
Priority 1, pilot. Gotta know what's in there.
Affirmative, sir. Here we go.
We just lost all power. We're going down.
Knock your armor, Spartan!
Brace for a hard landing.
And now we have another multiplayer map. It's been a fruitful mission.
Crew's dead, we shouldn't stay here. I'm showing hostiles all over the place. We gotta move. Enemies. Commander, we've got eyes on the spire. Looks like a staging area.
Copy. We have your visual. Dot's working the problem. Stand by.
Suppressing fire.
Nailed that one. Firing. Need a... Taking enemy fire! I live for this.
I'm under fire!
How did that not stick to George? AI superpowers. Yeah, I'll take that. Or not.
Keep it up. Good night, kids. Zip, take your rounds. Yes!
I did not see that dude in the tree. That's cool.
Let's end this, Snowball. Taking enemy fire!
Noble 5 only believes those spires to be teleportation terminals.
Teleporters? Link to what?
Frigate Grafton is on station ready to kill that spire. But first, we need to power down its shield. Understood.
6. I'll hold these bastards off. You find a way to the top of the spire.
First, you and I, we're going for a drive. And what I want to highlight here is the choice, right? We could have just run and jumped on the teleportation pads, or we can drive around and kill some people first. And that type of freedom and choice can really take a narrative story like Halo and push it to the next level. You'll notice even in the sort of even in the areas that you're really not supposed to drive through, they don't make it impossible. Only if you get stuck on rocks.
I'm under fire!
Noble 5. Oni believes those
There we go.
spires to be teleportation.
I knew there was
terminals.
ammo there.
Teleporters? Link to what? Frigate Grafton is on station ready to kill that spire. But first, we need to power down its shields.
Understood. 6. I'll hold these bastards off. You find a way to the top of the spire.
So, while this is a multiplayer map, it is changed ever so slightly for this. And while we have a bit of cover here, I'll talk about the choice here. We have a choice to sort of run over to the teleporter pads and jump up, or run in and jump up, or we can take this vehicle. So we're going to do that for just a little bit, because it's fun. But that type of choice, designed choice in a narrative game, can really take a narrative game from okay to great. Oftentimes it's the attention to detail of the little things that could make a game truly fantastic.
Take him round. Cover them.
And now we'll go up.
Noble leader. 6 is on his way
That
out.
building's gone from
Get in
multiplayer.
there. Take out that shield, Lieutenant. Spartans, I'm en route with a Falcon. We'll pick you up as soon as you knock out power to that shield. Ready when you are, 6. Hurry, Lieutenant. We got a frigate inbound to blow that spire as soon as the shield is powered down.
So we've been given now visual cues. I'm having a bad time here.
Taking enemy fire.
Hurry, Lieutenant. We got a frigate inbound to blow that spire as soon as the shield is powered down.
So we've been given visual cues. We have encouragement to go inside in the form of a plane. But once inside, we have a not very nice welcome. Ah, he has an energy sword.
Engaging.
Hurry, Lieutenant. We got a frigate inbound to blow that spire as soon as the shield is powered down.
Do you not have a fuel rod, Grunt?
Laying down heavy fire. Get him situated. Taking enemy fire.
Just getting warmed up.
Taking rounds. I live for this.
Thank you for the donation.
Here I come.
Lieutenant, drop the shield and get out of there.
And boom. Cool cutscene. Yeah, because we're Spartans.
Get us out of here. Control, this is Noble 1. Spire 1 is green and you're free to engage. Have a nice day.
Copy that. Noble
And
One.
boom.
Be advised, all ground units. Frigate 318 Heavy is inbound, and MAC rounds have been authorized.
Mac rounds. In atmosphere.
One way to get their attention. Hang on to your teeth, people.
New contact. High tonnage.
No. No, somebody tell me this ain't happening.
UNSC Frigate Grafton, do you copy?
The Grafton is dust. We need to get out of here now.
And here we see the team almost being overwhelmed. And this is a narrative design choice of, you're not overwhelmed, but you are put up against something that's bigger than you thought. So they spent a lot of time at the beginning of that level making sure that everything was large and grand in this big war, and it was like, wow, this is a fight like we've never seen in Halo before. And then they just give you this little cliffhanger at the end of the mission, like an extra little, oh, you don't get to, you don't even know how big this army is invading Reach. And but yeah, that's the end of the episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know down below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. It really does help us out, and hopefully we'll see you next week.